Okay, you guys mute your line if you're not talking. I don't know who that is. If you're not talking, mute your line so we have a clear recording. Amy Sandage is going to start, and she's going to talk about how to start conversations with people. So she is going to give you a little tip or two, and then going to demonstrate how she does it, and then you're going to have time to do yours while we're on the call. Okay? Take it off, Amy Sandage.
Okay, so this is my favorite thing to do, and I feel like it's the easiest part of the Power of Threes because it's the most fun, and I like to talk. So what I do is I had always heard form people, and I never knew what that meant. But basically what you want to do is you want to go to someone's page first and check them out, see if they've got kids, see what they do for a living. A lot of people are really good about including in the about section. Nowadays, when I first started, a lot of people didn't tell a lot about themselves, but look at their page. Make sure they don't have cancer. Earlier today, I messaged someone that liked my like page, and she has stage 4 cancer, but she didn't have it on her page, in my defense. But try to see if there's people saying they're praying for them a lot and things like that. You don't want to accidentally step over a line there, but you want to inform people. So that's family. To want to talk about their family, their kids. Oh my gosh, your kids were so cute at the zoo the other day, or and all of this, you're just starting conversations. You're not talking about Beachbody. You're not doing any of that. So you're just talking about family. O is occupation. So you want to talk about what they do, or maybe they got a promotion, or maybe, I don't know, they talked about something at work or something funny that happened at work, or maybe their coworkers decorated their desk or something like that. Occupation. Recreation is the R. So form, family, occupation, recreation. So what they like to do, a lot of my friends are runners, and so they'll post things about like marathons, and maybe they go to church, and I'll say, oh my gosh, we had the same sermon or whatever. That I kind of consider that recreation. And the M in form is message. So once you've gone through and you have had many conversations, Corey, you can tell how long you wait till you actually introduce Beachbody to people. I think you take months. I don't take months.
I usually take a month. Yeah, I usually take one month. If they're cold and I haven't like caught up with them. If it's somebody I talk to all the time, then I don't take that long.
Okay. I was going to say, I don't take that long because usually, and this is the beauty of posting regularly on Facebook, is people will say, oh my gosh, your workout videos are so cute, or I appreciate all your recipes, or they'll say something to you, I'm telling you 9 times out of 10. So that's why it's important to be consistent. So basically, you're just going to find people. I try to find 5 people a day. I think the recommended is 3 to 5 people to start having conversations with. But I feel like the more conversations you can start, and you may have to have a conversation for a while. It doesn't just mean, oh, you're automatically going to be able to introduce the concept of an accountability group to them. So you want to, I think it's easier to start conversations, and but you want to document who you're starting your conversations with, and then you want to form. So you're basically going to find 3 people. You want to look at their page, look at something you can bring up, and then you're going to just have a conversation. And I have started to only message. I don't even type anymore. I message out, and people are like, that is so cool. I didn't even know you could do that. You know, because most people aren't in the Beachbody world, so they don't realize you can actually talk to them on Facebook. So let's do that now. So go to your pages. You should have Facebook up and ready in your contact list. That's another thing when you're forming conversations, work from a list, because it makes it so much faster. Oh yeah, video chat. So let's go through and let's do that now. I'm going to be quiet so that you can do that. And I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to message 3 to 5 people and start a conversation. One other thing while you're doing that, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. A big thing that's so easy to start conversations is happy birthday. You know, when it's someone's birthday, every day you'll get your little list of the people. I even get an email with it. There's no missing whose birthday it is. And when you send a personal message wishing someone a happy birthday, it means the world to them. Or even just running over to Pinterest and flipping out a picture real quick and putting it on their wall instead of just a happy birthday, but private messaging on birthdays. Sorry. One other thing, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to bother y'all, is to be real sincere, like not just something, hey, how you do, just like something very sincere. I feel like the more sincere you can be, the better. Sorry. Got about one more minute. See, you're already getting responses.
All right, you guys wrap those up. This is quick, as I said. So we are going on to Ms. Valeria, and she's going to talk about invites. And this is the one where probably most of you struggled the most. So kick it, Valeria.
Hi guys. Yes, I struggle with invites, so I volunteered to talk about invites tonight with you guys. And let me see here. Some tips for you about invites. Do first thing. So you do your invites is your number one when you do your power hour. Turn off your notification from Facebook. Turn off your volumes, and just focus on your invites. I like to go so I can just cut and paste. I think that's halfway of my struggle, figuring out what I'm gonna write, what I'm gonna say on my invites. So for example, this week I'm inviting for my challenge group. So I write down a script for my challenge group, and that's what I use on all my invites. I add a little personal touch to it, a little some to make it more personal to the person I'm sending, and then I copy and paste. Okay. So if I'm, for example, if it's next week I'm going to be inviting for a clean eating group, then I do a clean eating script, and that's what I use for all my invites. So, and like Amy just said, use a list, have your contact list ready to go. You might have to try several types of lists. Maybe you want to try some of the online services that are available, or if you're an Excel person, a computer person, or if you want to just have a paper list on a binder or your notebook, whatever it is, you might have to try different ones until you find the one that clicks with you and you can be more productive. So then you be consistent using that same list over and over again and keep track of your invites that way. Now, one of the things that I had to learn about invites is, my last tip for you is that you have to completely emotionally detach yourself from the outcome of your invites. Sometimes we don't want to invite, we are afraid of inviting because we don't know what the other person's going to think about us. You know, what they're going to say, what they're going to judge us, or is she going to think I'm weird, or whatever it is. So you have to totally have a mindset that inviting is a great thing. You are offering a wonderful opportunity. You have a story to share about your groups and about your experience. So that's what you need to focus on, not if they're gonna say no, if they're never gonna talk to you again, if they're gonna reject and never respond. What you're doing when you're inviting, you're planting seeds. So that's where our focus needs to be. So I have a couple samples here that I can later put on our page, but I'm going to give you one that I'm using this week. And it has to do with what's going on this week in my mom's world here with this, my daughter's school. So this is one that I sent it today. Hey, Susan, it was so nice to see you at the kids' Valentine's party this week. It's always nice to catch up. You look great, by the way. I've been meaning to share with you about my health and fitness accountability groups. I'll be hosting one in a few weeks, and I wanted to see if you had any interest in joining me and my friend. And that's it. That's all I sent. So if you wanna, I'll repeat, I can read it again, and you can kind of write down your own script, a short one. Don't make it difficult. And I'll give you guys 5 minutes to send your invites. So I said, hey, Susan, it was nice to see you. Maybe you want to say, I love your Valentine's pictures with your kids. I loved your vacation post that you did this week, or I saw it was your birthday. I've been meaning to share with you about my health and fitness accountability groups. I'll be hosting one in a few weeks. And I wanted to see if you had any interest in joining me and my friends. So I'm gonna get 5 minutes on the clock here so you guys can do your invites. I've done mine already, thankfully. And just real quick, I really like to add, depending on who the person I'm inviting, just put something like, I don't know if this is for you, if you kind of don't know the person well. I like to start with that phrase. I think it catches attention. But I'm starting this, or I'm hosting a group in a few weeks, and this is what it's about. You know, specify a little bit. It's from young moms like you and me, and it's a fun thing to do together. And so you can add something like that as well if you're sending to somebody that you don't know much, their fitness life, whatever. Okay, a couple more minutes.
Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump to Jessie, who's going to do follow-ups. Make sure if you have not tested out Voice Messenger, just start using it with like your BFFs and your husband, so you just get used to it, because you're literally, I knock my invites out in like 3 minutes tops every day. It's so quick, and they can hear your authenticity and hear that you care about them. I do the same with follow-ups. It's just so much easier, and I really, really highly recommend it. I do it during my cool down, like early in the mornings. So at like 5:30 in the morning, I'm like knocking out my invites and my follow-ups. So I really, really highly recommend that. Yeah, you can just be so much more real. It doesn't sound salesy because they hear your voice and they don't see you typing like, you know, your script or whatever. Even if you're using kind of a script, like it's still just, when it's in your own voice, it's a lot easier. Okay, so, oh, good to know, Rachel. You can swipe down. I didn't know you could delete them. So good to know. I've never deleted one, but I probably should. Okay, so that's great info. So Jessie, take it away, follow-ups.
Okay, I'm going to talk about follow-ups, and I think that they kind of, like starting a conversation, depend on the person you're talking to and what prior conversation you've had with them. So I pulled up 3 of mine from today or actually 2 from today and 1 from a few weeks ago, that are kind of 3 different scenarios for you so that you can get kind of an idea of what I do for follow-ups. So the first person that I followed up with today, I had actually invited her before, and we've talked back and forth for a long time. Invited her and she didn't respond. But then we talked about other things since then. And then I saw on Facebook that she wrote something about, one day I'll get back to the gym, one day I'll have time to clean my house type of post. So I reached out to her today and said, hey girl, I'm not sure if the last time I sent you an invite to join one of my fitness groups was a bad time, but I wanted to follow up with you. I hope I didn't come across as salesy, because that was definitely not my intention. I'm so passionate about helping busy people like yourself find a simple fitness plan and love what I do. I know you're extremely busy and saw your post, so I thought you might be interested. Some of our programs take as little as 22 minutes, and it's a great workout with no travel time to and from the gym. Let me know if it's something you might be interested in. I hope you're having a great week. So that started a conversation back and forth about her gym and all that stuff today. So that's one follow-up that I do. And Corey's always taught like to lead with your fear. And so I do say a lot of times, if they didn't respond, that I hope I didn't offend them or come across as salesy, but that wasn't my intention. And they almost always reply back and say, oh no, sorry, I just didn't see the message, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then this is a person that has been wanting to join a group for a while, or saying that she did, but it just has never worked out. So I replied to her today and said, hey, haven't heard back from you in a while, so I wanted to follow up and see if you're still interested in joining one of my online fitness groups. My next one is starting in a few weeks, and everyone is loving the new all access streaming package we talked about. I would love to have you join us. Let me know. And then my third one is someone who had reached out to me right at the end of last year and told me all about their history, and was interested in January or February. So I said, hey, Happy New Year. I wanted to follow up with you like I said I would. My next fitness group is starting on the 13th, and I would love for you to join us. We have an awesome new package that includes 12 months of unlimited streaming of all of our complete programs. It's a great package that allows us to reach your year-long fitness goals, and it's cheaper than an annual gym membership. Let me know if you're interested. So that is, oh, thank you, Brittany. So I always, like I said, I kind of lead with a fear. If I feel like I've invited them and they ignored it, even though we've talked for a while, I'll respond normally 3 or 4 weeks later once I have another group starting. I don't want to ask about the same group. So I'll say, hey, not sure if it was a bad time for you. Like I said, hope I didn't come across as salesy. I really think you would love these groups, and I have another one starting on the blank date. Let me know if you like more info, no pressure. So that's my advice for y'all. So any questions before you start doing it? All right, so 5 minutes of doing 3 to 5 follow-ups.
In San Antonio. I think so. I think so. 'Cause I don't remember.
Oh, one thing I did want to say, I forgot about this. At Summit last year, there was a training, and I can't remember who did the training, but they said that they even give like a last chance type follow-up, and I have started doing that. If someone told me they were interested and I have invited and then followed up and still they haven't even responded to me, I will send like a kind of final follow up and say, you know, you expressed interest in the past. I don't want to keep bugging you if it's not something you're interested in, but I also don't want anyone to fall through the cracks that was interested in joining a group and getting some help. So if you want to be removed from my follow-up list, just let me know. And a lot of times they will respond back and be like, no, it just isn't a good time yet, but I don't want to be removed from your list. And that lets me know to keep following up. And if they don't respond to that, I don't stop talking to them. I'll still like and comment on their stuff, or occasionally reach out to them about something, but I don't normally invite again if they didn't respond to that one. So my final one, Amy, I say something like, hey, I know you were interested in the past and we discussed one of my accountability groups, but the timing hasn't worked out yet. I don't want to keep bugging you if it's not something you're interested in any longer, but I also don't want anyone to fall through the cracks that showed interest in getting help with one of my groups. So let me know if you want to be removed from my follow-up list. And that works a lot. I get a lot of responses from that. Okay, I think that's been 5 minutes. I'm not sure.
All right, Brioby.
All right, Miss Regan.
Hello.
She's gonna come talk to you guys about new contacts.
Okay, so new contacts. Simplest, easiest way to do it. And I'm going to turn the screen around, I hope, and show you. Brian's going to film
I think you can screen share.
I'm on my phone.
Oh, just kidding.
Yep. Yeah. I'm not high tech. Okay, so go to your little friend requests icon, and you can see this here says people you may know. If you click see all, these are all people that you have friends in common with who you may know. So usually what I would do is pull somebody up and kind of vet them a little bit, see what they're all about, and if it's somebody that I know or remember, or if we have a bunch of friends in common who I know pretty well, then might send those people a request. So that is one way of doing it. Another great way is actually pulling up one of your friends. So for me, I'm still pretty new in my neighborhood, so I look at my neighbors and I might pull them up and look at their friends. Now, sometimes it will say right here, people you may know, which is great. It'll show all your like friends to begin with. But if you go to people you may know, then these are different people who you have friends in common with who you may know and may want a friend. And I've been looking for Miss Carmen here, so I'm going to do that right now. So that's another way. Sometimes your friends won't have this people you may know thing. So what you do is another one of my friends here. Okay, go to friends. And then if you click more over here or hover over it, it may say people you may know. Some people might have a different like privacy setting and that won't come up, but all you'd have to do then is scroll down. All your common friends will be first, but then the people you have friends in common with will be next. And that's an easy way to scroll through and find friends. Another great way is to join different groups on Facebook. So think of things that you are really into. Me, I'm into pugs. Everybody knows I'm into pugs. So I'm part of this group, Pug Chat. So you can go through, and when you see a post, I'm not going to read these and do it now, but you comment on people's posts, get into conversations with them. If they seem like somebody that you jive with, send them a friend request. You have that in common. You can look up different things that you have interests in. Healthy recipes might have groups for you to join. Healthy and easy recipes for getting fit. That might be a group I want to join, and I can do that same thing with looking for, meeting people in the group and then sending them friend requests. So really, it's kind of simple as that, you guys. So why don't we take 5 minutes now? Brian says hello, and go find some new friends. 3 to 5 friends a day is what you should be trying to add. I don't need your help, thank you.
Another thing you guys can do for new friends, and I shared this tip on Arete a little while back, but if you are planning to run a race of some kind, like a mud run or a Tough Mudder or any type of adventure race or marathon or like Disney half marathon or marathon, anything like that, you can start your own page and you'll be the admin. And so it will make perfect sense when somebody requests to join it. You want the name of the race and the title of the group. So somebody was searching for Disney, whatever, that would come up. But you would, as the admin, they would request you to add them as a friend, and it wouldn't be weird because you're the admin of the group. So it's just a super easy, natural way to expand your network, especially races, because they're fitness related already. You can do it with bike rides and things like that too. But you can get a bunch of good prospects and good coaches out of groups like that, because you would all just kind of be sharing how you're training and things like that. And you can throw in little bits and pieces about like your diet and, oh yeah, I'm drinking Shakeology. Oh, post work or post race, I'm going to have recovery. Like you can just talk about like what you do to train and all that. But you don't have to infuse it with Beachbody stuff, just really general stuff. And then they'll see your Beachbody stuff on your page. So anyway, just another way to meet new people. Really easy way if you're that, because you're going to be the admin of the group.
I think that might be about 5 minutes. Talking to.
Okay, I am going to wrap this up and talk about invites for coaching. And you guys need to be doing at least 3 of these a week. I would do more like 10 a week, because you will never find financial freedom without building a team. You will be a miserable person chasing retail all day, every day. It's easier for a lot of people to do a little work than just have one person sell 800 challenge packs. So you want to build a team. To do that, you need to invite people to the coaching opportunity. Some people will come to you, they will not all come to you. So certainly there are challengers who, if you have any challengers who are enjoying Shakeology, who are posting in the group, who are supportive, whatever, invite them. I invite almost all my challengers to be coaches. I mean, not all of them, but almost all of them. If they have potential at all, I go ahead and send that coach invite. But the easiest one to do is just, hey, so-and-so, have you ever considered being a fitness coach? You would be really awesome, because you are a natural encourager. You're already doing what coaches do. You're just not getting paid. You've had such a great transformation. I know you'll inspire so many people. Or you're such a positive person. I know people will be drawn to you, or whatever it is. I mean, obviously it needs to be genuine, but give a genuine compliment, a reason why they would make a good coach, and then just leave it at that. Either they haven't thought of it at all and it's flattering. Either way, generally it's flattering to them. So if they haven't thought of it, now they're going to start thinking about it. And if they have, then they'll say, you know what, I have thought about that. Tell me a little bit about that. So, or tell me more about that, or what does that entail, or, whatever. It just opens up the lines of communication. So it's really, really simple. No fear at all. I mean, basically you're giving someone a compliment. So it's not threatening, to say the least. And then there are some that I wanted to share with you guys that I do if they have the pain points that I talked about on our call, the call that I led, last week, I guess. But if you're seeing somebody or you're talking to a friend who loves being there, like a stay-at-home mom, but misses having something of her own, which was kind of my situation at first. I went from being, lawyer working all those hours to being at home with my kid and not having anything. So it was like complete 180. So this is one that I did recently. I've been thinking of you a lot because I remember us talking about how you love being home with your kids, but you really missed having something of your own for your own sanity, your identity, and of course your bank account. I thought of you because I'm now working with a lot of women just like you who are spending part-time hours every week building lucrative businesses of their own while still being hands-on moms with flexible schedules. They're able to pay for kids' activities, fill college and vacation funds, and even in some cases replace income from big corporate careers like the one you had. So that's an example of one that I sent recently. But so I just addressed the pain points that person had and talked about how remember how I talked about what's in it for them? WIFT, you always want to think about that. What's in it for them? So you're telling them why coaching might appeal to them. So I was addressing that person's pain points. And then another example, something like this. Hey girl, I see what you do. Like this was to another lawyer, which I do a lot of my market is there are former attorneys or people in corporate America who want to leave that and want work-life balance. So that's why I sent this one. Hey girl, I see what you do. You're a superwoman with your big job, your kids. I just wanted to tell you about my business because I work with so many working moms just like you who are juggling kids and they're demanding jobs at the same time. They're building this business on the side, but they're growing big enough to give them more choices, including being able to leave the corporate grind. I'd love to tell you what I'm up to, and even if it's not for you, I have a feeling you're going to know some people I can help. So if you do something like that, then you're also getting some referrals in a way that's not like icky. You're telling them why you think they would be great. And usually they're going to think of themselves when you ask for referrals. They're going to be like, oh wait, that describes me. But at the same time, they can also give you names of other people who might benefit from something like that. So who want to stay home or want to leave the corporate world or whatever. And some may not want to leave the corporate world, but that's typically my market. So that's what I send for my coach invites. I address the pain points, either send something simple, like I said at first, or I specifically address those pain points and talk about what's in it for them. So we have like 1 minute left, but you can knock out a coach invite. And then when we get off the call, it's probably just going to cut out. Then you can do a couple more. And thank you guys for joining our call tonight. Go ahead and you can stay here until the time runs out. Less than 1 minute to go. So invite away. Hopefully you guys saw how easy this could be, right? It doesn't have to take hours. You just need to knock it out and be efficient in your 30 minutes, your power pocket.